There's not much that can prepare a manager for the harsh glare of the Old Trafford spotlight, and for Erik Ten Hag there was no management course that could guide him through his first few months on the job. The Dutchman was in charge of the biggest club in the Netherlands before taking over at Manchester United in May, but by comparison, the scrutiny on Ajax is minuscule compared to the column inches generated out of Old Trafford and Carrington. They are one of the most talked about clubs in world football, good or, more recently, bad, but events since the summer have been fairly relentless for Ten Hag. The disastrous start to the season immediately had him under pressure on the pitch, but off it has been Cristiano Ronaldo who has been keeping him on his toes. Ronaldo made it clear before the start of pre-season training that he wanted to leave the club and was then absent from the tour of Thailand and Australia for personal reasons. When he did return, he had an awkward confrontation with Ten Hag during the friendly with Rayo Vallecano, and after being replaced at halftime, he left Old Trafford during the second half. Since then there has been something of a delicate truce between the pair, with Ronaldo coming to terms with being on the fringes of the squad and Ten Hag trying to diffuse any sign of tension while navigating questions about the 37-year-old at almost every media appearance. The peace was shattered last week, however, with Ronaldo refusing to come on as a late substitute against Tottenham before heading down the Old Trafford tunnel before full-time and exiting the stadium. Ten Hag had little option but to act this time. Ronaldo was axed from the squad to face Chelsea at the weekend and banished from the first-team training group. He could return today, but that might depend on how talks with Ten Hag go. It has been pointed out that Ten Hag has had to face a similar issue before. In March 2018, Amin Younes refused to come on for Ajax against Heerenveen, but Younes had already agreed to a move to Napoli at the end of the season. He didn't play again for Ajax after that incident, but there is a considerable difference between handling indiscretions between Younes and Ronaldo. The first incident didn't make news outside of Holland. With Ronaldo it's made headlines right across the world. But Ten Hag has handled the situation well. He led the decision to discipline the player, receiving the backing of football director John Murtough and chief executive Richard Arnold. Ronaldo took to social media to explain his actions last week, but an apology wasn't forthcoming. Ten Hag's display of authority has gone down well in the dressing room. The 52-year-old was already getting players on side due to his clear tactical instructions and an obvious and enjoyable style of play. The improvements he's brought out of some players in the squad has also gone down well. This was his first major challenge off the pitch, however, and it couldn't have gone much better. The rest of the dressing room is now aware that Ten Hag is in charge, realizing the extent to which he's been empowered by Murtough and Arnold. There was a feeling within the squad that Ronaldo had crossed a line, even if there is sympathy for his predicament. Had Ten Hag failed to act, it might have been seen as a sign of weakness, but instead, he has earned more respect from the dressing room. What has become obvious is that Ten Hag will outlast Ronaldo at Old Trafford. If the Portuguese forward is unhappy at his status in the squad and less than enthused about what he's being asked to do, that isn't going to change anytime soon. If Ronaldo thought Ten Hag might be under pressure after a shaky start to the season, the manager has quickly emerged as an impressive figure and is arguably the most popular person at the club at the moment. The road back for Ronaldo is a difficult one now. There are 6 games left before the World Cup and his only opportunities for a start look to be in the Europa League or the Carabao Cup.